Welcome to Winging It. Today we are starting a new campaign playing Arkham Horror the card game. This is Return to the Path to Carcosa. Carcosa is my favorite cycle of this game, the original Carcosa, and one of my favorite gaming experiences ever, playing through this the first time and in subsequent times, really. I just really enjoyed this cycle. I have not played the Return version. I just cracked open and sleeved the cards. I know a little bit about some of the changes, but I haven't read any of the cards or thought about the strategies in detail. Yeah, I'm not sure. There's a lot I felt like needed to be fixed or changed. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes and what my impressions are. And I may make some mistakes since I'm not used to having to read carefully. But I will do my best. And hopefully you guys enjoy it. I'll jump right into the action, but first I will say, if you look below, you can see link to my video where I discuss my starting decks, as well as go through these two investigators and their synergies, and I'm super excited to be playing. I've never played Minh and Silas together. Silas is in my top 5 investigators, just one of my favorites. Minh would rate as my second favorite seeker behind Daisy. I enjoy playing her a lot, and I haven't played her in a while. So looking forward to that. Maybe with some of the new cards, but I am playing an older style build that I like for her. It's a Dark Horse build, and then Silas is just going pure enemy management. So again, there's a longer discussion about those decisions. And what the decks are, but let's jump right into the action. So I'm going to draw opening hands. Men's 5 cards. And let's see, we have a Fire Axe. We have a Winging It, which is appropriate. Madame Labranche, an Analytical Mind, and an Overpower. So I will drop the Overpower. I will keep everything else. So Guts. Okay, so... Boy, this is a great hand. Unfortunately, we have Indebted, so we can't play all of this hand. That's rather unfortunate, but ultimately, you don't really. I generally don't like to see in a Dark Horse build Indebted, because you kind of want to have initial resources to get everything down. But of course, I didn't get Dark Horse, so I maybe should have not kept the Winging It, actually, now that I think about it. But I've got enough stuff. I want to get Analytical Mind down. That's probably, the most key. Alright. Silas. 5 cards. Alright, well, we got his weakness, so we can replace that immediately. 2 Defiance. Not Without a Fight, Resourceful, and the Grizzly Totem. We don't need these cards at all. The Defiance will come in useful later when the skulls get really bad. We'll keep the Grizzly Totem and replace everything else. Who shuffled this deck? We don't need 2 of those. And a Quick Thinking. And a Fire Axe. Well, at least he's got a weapon. We got 2 Fire Axes going on. And a Take Heart. Well, at least Take Heart will let me draw some cards. So, that's pretty nice. Maybe we can get what we're looking for. I will make one note about this, that the way this is normally supposed to be set up is you put all the different Act 2s, and then you draw one at random. You shuffle them and draw one at random. I've already picked one and put it there, so there's just Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. I have put in the 3 random ones. So we may get one we know, or we may get a new one. So we will see about that. Alright. So let's take a look at the agenda. 16 agenda. Pretty straightforward. We're in the theater. Bad stuff has happened. The act, we're looking for 6 clues, which generally isn't too much of a big deal. I'm assuming it's not any different in the Return version. Basically, we just want to hunt for victory points, is it. So, as far as my approach to this goes, with Minh, I do want to get down probably Analytical Mind, which doesn't really need to fight that much. Analytical Mind is going to be good. We don't really have a way to get our intellect up. So we will probably just go to the backstage. Given that, I'm probably going to have Silas go first, and maybe he'll pull out some rats, which would not be ideal. Maybe we could take the... Well, the Grizzly Totem doesn't do us any good without any icons, but see, if we take the Fire Axe out, move, well, we could potentially evade rats if we find them. So we're going to go backstage. Again, the reason I want to go backstage is because I don't have ways to investigate a High Shroud, but I'm sure I will eventually with Min getting some cards. And getting her analytical mind down is definitely kind of the key. And I want them to be together. So, first thing is Silas will move to the backstage. This is action 1. The backstage. So there's one clue, and when it's revealed, we're going to put 2 of the set-aside backstage doorway locations into play at random. And also, hidden treacheries will count extra in the backstage for our hand size. So we'll put a clue on here. And we're going to put aside 2 of the backstage doorways into place. We'll grab 2. We'll put 1 up here. And we'll move for our second action. Move over here. Oh, well, we can heal 3 horror there. That's just decidedly not interesting. So we'll move back to the backstage. At least we've explored. So Min will probably get down her analytical mind, draw a resource. That way she can play Madame of Bronze and Fire Axe next turn. So she'll spend 3 resources to put down analytical mind. And we will move the backstage doorway, and then we'll grab a resource, just trying to overcome this indebted. Once we get LeBronge down, we should be in good shape to do most things that we want to do. So, alright. We're in good shape. We're going to draw a card, get a resource. Upkeep. We get a Dark Horse from Min. And Silas is going to get another Take Heart. Well, my shuffling skills are seeming to be quite dubious. Alright, we don't put a clue on the agenda, we put a doom on the agenda. Alright, Min will get Twisted to his will. If there's no doom in play, it gains sort. There's 1 doom. She's going to test 4 willpower, where test willpower, where X is the amount of doom in play, which is 1. She's at 4, so at 4v1. If you fail, discard 2 cards from your hand at random. We do not want to do that, but we should be in pretty good shape to pass this. We're up by 3, so we can commit the guts, but it's really not worth it. Alright, that is 0. So, good deal. Passed. Alright, Silas. King's Edict. There's no cultist enemies in play. Nothing happens. We'll gain Surge. A Poltergeist. So, 3, 2, 4. We can parlay test 3 intellect to attempt to banish the Geist. If you succeed, deal it 1 damage. So, that is a thing. So we'll definitely try to banish it. The problem is that Min is only going at 1 up on this, which is less than ideal. So, I think what I am going to do here is she is going to try and... I've got these 2 Take Hearts for Silas. And maybe I just commit 1 to her test. And if she fails, she can get cards and resources. Yeah. This is tough. I could commit the quick thinking. If it fires off, then what if? Yeah. Does Silas have a way to evade? He does. You know what? Silas is going to go first. He will commit the Grizzly Totem and probably the quick thinking to this test. So he will take. So he's going to try to evade. This makes sense. So he's going at 4, and he used Men's ability to get an extra icon. So 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's going at 7. 3, we're putting the extra icon on the Grizzly Totem. 74. -3. Okay, well that's enough to pass. We do lose our quick thinking, but it's okay. We don't want to pull that back. So the Poltergeist is evaded. So that's kind of not much of an issue for now. We will deal with it later when we're a little bit more set up. Silas is going to move into the backstage doorway for a second action. Let's see what this is. This is a 7 Shroud 2 clue. While you're investigating, you can get -1 Shroud for each horror on you. After you fail a skill test, take 1 horror. Well, that, I don't know how we're going to do that. That is not good. I don't want to take horror in here. You take a horror when you fail a skill test? Wow, and I thought we were going to be low shroud locations back here. Well, we can't do anything back there, so Silas is going to move back to the backstage and still not be doing much that is useful. Did I get a resource? I haven't, I did not get, wait. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I did not get a resource. I should be at 6. Alright, so yeah, that's where Silas is at. We're just kind of treading water right now. So if Men can play Dark Horse, I think that's what she does. And then she can parlay the Poltergeist just fine being 2 up. So, let's see, if she was to play LaBranche, now she'll spend 2 resources for first action to play LaBranche. She will tap LaBranche to get a resource. And then she will grab another resource for her last action. And then she can play Dark Horse next turn. So, Poltergeist comes back onto Silas. Men will get another Madame LaBranche and a resource. 3 resources. And Silas will get an Unexpected Courage and a resource. Okay. We are at 2 of 6 doom. Okay, Voice of, I can't even pronounce that, Peril. Test 3 willpower. For each point you fail by, you must choose a different option of those 2 resources. Take 1 horror, choose next skill, test 2 for warm. Okay, so Min will commit Guts to this, and she will tap Analytical Mind, draw a card. She's not going to add an extra icon. She will draw another Dark Horse. Okay, so she's at 4, 5, 6, V3 on this test. Okay, that's -1. So she gets to draw a card from Guts, and she gets Occult Lexicon. Nice. Right, and then Guts goes into her discard. Alright. And then Silas, grab Melancholy. To your threat area, increase the resource cost of each card in your hand by 1. At the end of the turn, test 3 willpower. If you succeed, discard Melancholy. Alright. Probably probably not too much of a problem. So let's see, what are we going to do? We got to deal with this poltergeist who is on our good buddy Silas. Interestingly enough, we're probably just going to play Dark Horse and do it twice. We could do the Occult Lexicon trick, but I think getting Dark Horse down is better. So we're going to spend 3 resources. We get Dark Horse down. So let's see, we'll put Dark Horse. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, so now she is at 5v3. Parlaying with the poltergeist. Okay, that's -1. We put a damage. Poltergeist. And we're going to go again. -1. Okay, poltergeist is gone. And let's see. Do we need more resources? Don't think so. We just need icons. We can beat that shroud if we can just draw more cards to be able to have lots of icons through, like an Inquiring Mind. Oh, and if we could get Winging It in there, I think we'll stay here and play Winging It. We can get our discard, then we can go and grab both of those from the prop shop. So yeah. Anyway, she doesn't have any more actions, so that's that. Silas will go ahead and investigate, committing Take Heart. He's going at 2v3. He's intending to fail to get some setup going. Alright. -1, we fail. So he gets to get 2 cards, 2 resources. So there's 2 resources. He draws an Unexpected Courage. And a Quick Thinking. Nice. Alright, so what are we going to do with all of that? Well, we'll spend 4 resources. Play Grizzly Totem. Now we have that. And we'll spend 2 resources to play Fire Axe. So we can at least fight. And now we'll test Melancholy. So we will, let's see, Min will commit. Did we already commit Analytical Mind? We did it on the Treachery. Yeah, it should already be tapped because we did it. No, we didn't use it on the Guts, did we? Yeah, we did. So we are going to commit Dark Horse to this. Min will commit Dark Horse, and she'll add her icon, which gets him up to 4v3. And then Silas will commit Unexpected Courage, and he will tap his Grizzly Totem. So this gets him up to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 v3, up by 4 to clear this Melancholy. All right, 0. So Dark Horse goes away. Silas pulls back the Unexpected Courage since he didn't need to succeed, and this goes away. So my plan will be to use Winging It for Min to get the backstage, and then to move into the prop shop, and hopefully be able to smash that test. So we will see. Get both clues with another copy of Winging It from your discard. Okay, Min draws a Perception, which will be great. And are we taking a resource? I don't think we're taking a resource because we want to keep Dark Horse on. And Silas is going to draw Psychosis. Okay, if you take 1 or more horror, take 1 direct damage. Yikes. Alright, we are at 3 of 6 doom. And Min will draw. This is one of the new terror cards, hidden cards. When your turn ends, if you do not perform at least 1 move action, discard this card from your hand, take 1 direct damage, 1 direct horror. Okay? So I'm going to put this right here so you guys will remember that's in our hand. And Silas will get a Fanatic. Spawn at the reveal location with the most clues. Okay, well, that changes things a little bit. After he enters play, we have 1 clue for Fanatic's location to Fanatic. When you defeat Fanatic, take control of all his clues. So, he comes here, this clue goes on him, which means we only have to beat that test once, which is pretty nice. Alright. Now this says, after you fail a skill test while investigating. Okay. Alright, so Silas can go in and nail the Fanatic, get the clue, and then Min should be able to beat this intellect test to get the last clue. So we're going to do, we're not going to clear Carcosa just yet. So Silas will come in here, he will grab the Fanatic, and he will just bottom out Fire Axe. So he's at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, D3. It's -1. And he gets the clue from the Fanatic, and the Fanatic is dead. And then he will draw a card, which is another Fire Axe. Alright, Min is going to move your turns if you do not perform at least. Okay, so she can just take that if she doesn't move, so I'm not too worried about it. Okay, she's going to investigate. She is at, with Dark Horse, 5 intellect, and she can get 6, 7, 8 from perception. And Silas will give 9, 10 with the unexpected courage. And actually, it can be 11 if we needed to, but it doesn't really. Min, because she is committing 1 skill card, will get Analytical Mind. She'll draw a Curiosity. Nice. Alright, so again, she's at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to be 7. We're up by 4. Because they both get to add an icon from Min's ability. To 0, she gets that clue. I could have actually used winging it, but I didn't really need to reduce the shroud. So Silas can't pull back the unexpected courage because it's not his skill test. Min does get to draw a card from perception, so she gets Ghastly Revelation, which we're not going to be playing for its effect anytime soon. Alright, and she has 1 action left. Yes, she moved into the investigate. So I guess she will move back to max stage. We've got 2 of the 6 clues we need. And that's it. So we'll do upkeep. She will get a Eureka. It's nice. And a resource. Silas will get the Meat Cleaver. Good way to heal some horror. And a resource. Actually, she doesn't have 3 resources. And actually, I'm not going to grab a resource with her because I want to be able to keep Dark Horse on. Okay. Analytical Mind readies. Here we go. We are at 4 of 6 Doom. Going slower than I would like. But okay, we get another one of this voice of the thing I can't pronounce. 3 Willpower. So, Min will commit, I guess, Eureka to this. She is at 4. So we'll be at 5. Dark Horse gets her to 5. This will get her to 6. I won't add her icon because I don't need to. I will tap Analytical Mind to draw another card, which is another Winging It. So we are 3 up on this test. 0. Alright, so she passes. Goes away. She gets to draw 3 cards and pick one. Well, we do not want the king in yellow. We will probably take the Unexpected Courage. Because she has Analytical Mind out, she can commit cards to Silas' test. We do need to realize the king in yellow is coming out soon, and we got to have a plan to deal with that. So that's something to think about. Silas with a swarm of rats. Pretty sure he can deal with a swarm of rats. Okay, so Silas is just going to hit the swarm of rats and then clear Psychosis. And men can go do men things. So, alright. So he's swinging at the swarm of rats. He's at 4v1. Let's see. We can commit the Unexpected Courage just to make sure we're going to beat this. 4, 5, 6v1. We could tap the Grizzly Totem, but there's really no point. Okay, Skull -1. We'll pull back the Unexpected Courage because we didn't need it. Swarm of Rats is dead. And he will take 2 actions to clear Psychosis. Alright, Min doesn't really care about that particular clue that much. She's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards in her hand. Oh, actually, I messed up already because I have this Visions in Your Mind here, which means it counts for 3. So we even had to discard 3 cards from her hand. So, because it counts for 3. So we will discard the Occult Lexicon. I don't think we need. One of the Winging It's, which I don't think we need. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And probably the other Madame Lagrange we don't need. Okay. That's Visions in Your Head. Because we keep moving, so it's... yeah, and we've got, having the Winging It in our discard. Actually, we'll put both Winging It's in our discard, and we'll keep the, because, yeah, it's better to have in our discard. And we'll keep the Occult Lexicon in our hand. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, so I think Min is going to go into the lobby. Maybe she gets the backstage. Nah, we'll leave the backstage here. Alright, so she will go 1, 2. The lobby, we will put in the lobby. Gives us a clue and an option to draw 3 cards. Or it puts a clue out there, it doesn't give us a clue. And then we will put the lobby doorway, we'll put one up here. And one out here. And actually, I think we might just move up to the balcony and grab those 2 clues quite easily. So the balcony, this is our third action. We're moving to the balcony, has 2 clues, 2 shroud. And if you move from the balcony to here, you take a damage. Oh, I didn't even reveal the theater, but it's just the 2 shrouds are a clue location. Okay, so that's her turn. That's Silas's turn. They're a little bit split up, but such is life. Okay, upkeep. Ready, Analytical Mind. Min gets a Perception. She's ready to clear that king in yellow. And are we going to take a resource? We don't need a resource, so we will not. Silas. A Resourceful. I don't know if there's any cards I want to get back, but eventually there could be. He gets a clue. We want to get Peter's what we want. Alright, so we're at 5 of 6 Doom, and Min draws Fanatic. Reveal location with the most clues. Well, that would be her location, which we wish we had a Poltergeist. Or a We wish we had a weapon out. We wish we had something. Okay, and then Silas will grab Agent of the King. Okay, well, victory point stuff. So, not too much of a problem. Does Min have a way to evade? She's evading at a 3v3. She can commit her unexpected courage to evade this guy. Okay, so Min is going to evade, committing unexpected courage. She will tap Analytical Mind to draw a card, which is a Fire Axe. So she's going to use her icon on this. So she's going at 6v3. Zero. Fanatic is evaded. Min will investigate at 5v2. -4. Well, this is less than ideal. So, she will tap LeBron, I think, to get a resource, and she will then spend that resource to put out a Fire Axe. So she has a way to fight this fanatic that's going to come back. Okay. So, Silas. Oh, and then this goes off. This is when your turn ends. So she gets this goes away, and she gets a direct damage and direct horror, which is no big deal. Man, Peter. Silas really needs Peter to get out so he can soak horror from the emissary when he comes out. Alright. So, we have... we are fighting the Agent of the King. So Silas will just clear out his Fire Axe. Do 2 damage to the Agent of the King. So he's going at 8v4. That is -2. That's 2 damage. Agent of the King. Silas will commit a unexpected courage, I think. And is there anything we want with resourceful? There's not. Alright, and he will tap Grizzly Totem. So it gives him 3 up on this. Okay, that's -1. Agent of the King is dead and goes to the victory display. Easy peasy. And what did I draw? I guess I don't remember what I drew. I think it was -1, so I still had to get the unexpected courage done. Okay. Then we will move to backstage. We gotta get ready to handle the emissary who's about to pop out. So, alright, that's the end of that. The fanatic is on to Min. She draws a card and gets a resource. She's going to get a deduction. And a resource. Wait, are we grabbing the resource? Yes, we are, because we want to fight with Fire Axe. Okay, and then Silas will pick up. Oh, perfect timing. Almost perfect timing. Peter Sylvester. And a resource. We go to 6 doom. Jin is going to advance. And this is, we're going to put the Royal Emissary enemy and spawn it at the theater. So, it's the Royal Emissary. He's a 4/4/2, massive, hunter, retaliate. At the end of the enemy phase, each investigator Royal Emissary's location or connecting location takes 1 horror, which is why I wanted Peter out, because with his low sanity, being able to soak that horror will be great. The other thing is, I'll just this card from Return says after Royal's Emissary is added to the victory display, place 1 resource in this card as a warning. For each warning, Royal Emissary gets +1 health, which makes him get tougher and tougher to defeat. So it's better to just keep evading him, which you can do with Peter Sylvester for a long time. So yeah, he comes out. The act is a 6 doom, or the new agenda is a 6 doom threshold. But it has this forced after Royal Emissary is added to the victory display, remove all doom, reset the agenda deck to agenda 1A, then place 3 doom in that agenda. So we can keep this going indefinitely, although, as you saw, the Emissary will get kind of rough at some point. Okay, so that is that. Now we will draw. We get Visions in Your Mind. When your turn ends, if you do not perform at least 1 play action during this turn, discard this card, take 1 direct damage, 1 direct horror. It's not a big deal. She's going to have that because she doesn't play cards that often. She's committing cards. And we get Spirit's Torment. Attacks to your location. If you leave, take 1 horror or lose 1 action. Place 1 of your clues. Discard Spirit's Torment. Okay. Probably not too big of a deal. So, the first thing that's going to happen is Silas is going to investigate at 2v3, and he's going to commit Take Heart to this. I'm just trying to get enough resources to play Peter. So we're expecting to fail this. We're hoping to fail this. Zero. We do fail this. We get 2 cards with 2 resources. We get Steadfast, which is a good card to have right now, and a Resourceful. And then we get 2 resources. We will spend all 3 of those resources to play Peter Sylvester. So, got Peter into play, and then we will drop 1 of our clues here to get rid of Spirit's Torment, so we can deal with the Royal Emissary. We're not making much progress towards our 6 clues, unfortunately, but we'll get there. Alright, Min. Hopefully she has a way of defeating this fanatic. So she will spend her resource on Fire Axe. Because of Dark Horse, she's at 2, 3, and that'll get her to 4, 5 v3. And she will commit Fire Axe and her extra icon to make 7, 8 v3. So she's going at 8 v3 now on this fanatic. And we're committing 1 card, so we'll tap Analytical Mind and draw a Magnifying Glass. Nice. Okay, -1. Fanatic is dead. She gets the clue. From the Fanatic, she will tap Lagrange. Free action to get a resource. And she will spend that resource to put down her Magnifying Glass. So we have a Magnifying Glass and the Fire Axe here in her hand slots. And that satisfies the play for that. That's a fast action. So for her second action, she's going to investigate. She is at 6 v2 because of Dark Horse and the Mag Glass. At 0, she has got the clue. And then she will move to the lobby. Yes, and the Royal Emissary will still move toward Silas, which is what we want. Because Min's just going to get clues. Alright, so Royal Emissary moves here, and Silas will take 2 damage, which he's got a big damage soak. and I'll put a horror on Peter Sylvester. So no big deal there. And Min will draw Eureka. Nice. Are we taking a resource? We are not taking a resource. And hopefully not to draw an enemy. Silas will get another meat cleaver. And he will take he gets a resource. And we put we're at 1 of 6 doom on the. And we get Spires of Carcosa attached to your location. Place 2 doom on the location if there's no doom. Okay, investigate if you succeed and discover clues here. Remove 1 doom from the attached location. So we are going to have to clear that. And it's High Shroud, which is no good. And then we get Melancholy. Increase the resource cost of each card in your hand by 1. The end of turn has 3 willpower. Okay, if you succeed, discard Melancholy. That's for Silas. Okay, so the first thing Silas needs to do is to evade the Royal Emissary. So I think he will go ahead. He's going to spend. He's up by 2. Actually, he's up by 3 because of Peter Sylvester. So yeah, up by 3. It's a 0. So the emissary is evaded. Now we can just ping him for like 1 damage at a time. So we will, because we're not in a rush to kill him, given that we don't want to kill him too quickly. We will commit a Fire Axe. Tapping Grizzly Totem. So we're at 4, 5, 6. Feet 4. -1. Okay, that's 1 damage. On to the Royal Emissary. We can. Do we want to commit Resourceful? Well, does Min have anything she wants to commit? Well, she's going to want to wait to commit cards to. Well, let's see. Yeah, she has no combat icons. Replenishment and Analytical Mind should not be tapped. Here. Alright, so I think Silas will commit Steadfast. Which is going to get him up 3 up on this combat fight against the Emissary. I'm not wanting to spend my resources on Fire because I want to save up to be able to play the Meat Cleaver. Okay, 0. We can pull back Steadfast into his hand because we were successful. We passed. So that's 2 damage on the Royal Emissary. We will take a resource, so next turn we should be able to get out the Meat Cleaver. Okay, so now at the end of his turn, we have to test the 3 willpower. So Min, I believe, Curiosity is worth 2 willpower. With her ability, she can make it 3 willpower. That gets Silas up to 3, 4, 5. He could commit Steadfast to beat this. Let's see, we're trying to beat 3. 5v3 is pretty good. He'll commit a Meat Cleaver. We'll keep it Steadfast. So that leads him to 3. Min will commit, because Analytical Mind, she can commit to use Curiosity. She's got 5 cards in her hand, so Curiosity is worth 2. So so he is at 2, 3, 4. She adds her extra icon to make it 5, and his Meat Cleaver makes it 6. So we're going at 6v3, up by 3. That's good enough. Passes. Melancholy goes away. Oh, and I meant to actually tap her thing, but I didn't, so whatever. Okay, so where is she at? She is at 4, 5, 6 to beat 4, so we're just going to try to be clearing Spires of Carcosa. So 6 to beat 4. -1. Clear to Doom. 6 to beat 4. -1. Okay, this will go away. And now she'll move into this lobby doorway, and we'll see what it says. Okay, investigate. Okay, so this is you can choose to investigate with the action and get +3, and then discard each card in your hand, which we don't want to do. But we can get this with a deduction, or using our winging it from our discard. So there are 2 clues there, and we can get them. And we should be okay. Alright, the Royal Emissary readies. Oh, she takes damage in horror, and this goes away. We are getting kind of the dangerous place for her because the skulls become -3. But it is what it is. Alright. The horror is cleared off of Silas at the end of his turn, and another one goes back on for the Royal Emissary. We'll draw a card. Min gets the deduction. Are we taking a resource? There's nothing in our hand we want to play. And get a nice lucky for Silas and a resource so we can play as Meat Cleaver now. We are at 2 of 6 Doom. And then we'll draw a Swarm of Rats. Okay. Silas will draw. Okay, this is when your turn ends. If you do not perform at least 1 resource action during your turn, discard this card from your hand and take 1 direct damage and 1 direct horror. So, we will probably just handle that right away. Okay. So, I think it makes sense for Min to go first and get the clues, and I think advance? I don't know. But the first thing she's going to do definitely is to take out these rats. So, she will tap Labranche to get a resource. She will spend that resource on Fire Axe. So she's at 2, 3, 4, B1. I'm killing these rats. Okay, 0. Rats are dead. And now, we want to get these clues. We are at 6 V5, so we can commit Ghastly Revelation. And we'll add our extra icon. 7, 8, 9. We'll tap Analytical Mind and draw Overpower. So, 7, 8, 9, V5, up by 4. Oh, wait. We actually wanted to commit deduction, not that. So we're actually at 8. Yeah. Because I wanted to get both clues with 1 shot. Yeah. You're at 8. I should have used Wing It. Whatever. Well, we already tapped LeBron, so we don't have a resource. Okay, we're at 8v5. -4 serves me right. Okay. So now we will commit deduction to make us to be 7v5. That's good enough. Up by 2. 7v5. Zero. Okay, we got both those clues. and then we will move into the lobby. You see one more clue. Alright, and then we can have fun with the various shenanigans. Okay, we're going to evade the emissary. We're up by 3. This deduction has gone away. That's -1. So emissary is evaded. We'll spend all 3 of our resources. Play Meat Cleaver. I could just take a resource to make Lucky worth it, and it makes this not go off. So hey, we'll delay that for 1 turn. We'll take a resource. All right. We heal horror off Peter. The emissary readies. We get another horror back on Peter. Min readies. She draws a card. She gets another curiosity. We're not grabbing a resource. And Silas will grab another steadfast. And another resource. Okay, cool. We're at 3 of 6 doom. And Min will get this another peril. Alright. She's at 4/5. So she'll just commit Eureka, tapping Analytical Mind, and she gets Manual Dexterity. And she's up by 3 on this one. -4. Yeah, for each point you fail by, you must choose a different option. Lose 2 resources. We can't do that. Take 1 horror. Or -2 to the next skill test you perform this round. Are we going to be performing a skill test this round? I don't want to take the horror. So yeah, we'll just take the -2 to the next skill test we perform this round. I should have added her icon. And Eureka doesn't even pass, so I don't even get the card draw from it. Alright, and then Silas will get a Poltergeist. Well, that is no good. Okay. Things got bad in a hurry. Not too bad, though. Alright, we don't need to kill the Royal Emissary this time. Let's see what Mim's going to do. So, she will move into this lobby doorway, and we'll see what it is. It is... Oh no, it's the box office. Wow, talk about low XP. Okay, we can gain 5 resources. Definitely not something you want to do from a Dark Horse. She'll move back into the lobby, and we've got to get this clue. We are at 4v4 because of that -2. So we will commit perception to this, which I might regret. Actually, we are going to commit the Occult Lexicon. I just don't see myself using that since I have Fire Axe out. And we will. The reason I don't want to commit the perception is because I need a lot of icons to be able to throw at the King in Yellow test when it comes out, which should be coming out soon. We'll add her extra icon, so we are up by 2 on this test to get this clue. Because we're at 6, and then -2 for that treachery, and then we're up 2 because of Occult Lexicon. -1. Okay. So we get this clue. We'll spend all 6 of our resources to go ahead and advance. So this says, okay, one of the 3 copies at random. We've already picked it. It's there. I don't know what it is. Choose one of the remaining set-aside locations at random, and put the stranger there. So. Hoping for one of the lobby locations would make life so much easier. And it is lobby doorway. Okay, great. Alright, so how close are we to being able to kill this guy? Not too close. Alright, so first thing that Silas will do is to evade the Royal Emissary. Up by 3. -1, the Royal Emissary is evaded. Now I think we evade the Poltergeist, maybe. Because he doesn't hunt, right? And so we can just leave him there. I think that makes sense. Yeah. So we will evade Poltergeist. We are at, so Min can commit from here her manual dexterity, which gets him up to 64. +1. Poltergeist is evaded. Min gets to draw a card from the manual dexterity. Another magnifying glass. Okay, now the question is, I could kill the Royal Emissary right now. This gives us, but I don't really want to do that. We could parlay with the Poltergeist. We can plan to evade him next turn. Be at 4 of 6 doom, and then we'd have to go back in. 4 of 6 doom isn't too bad. Eesh, it's getting tight. So we have 2 turns. Min goes into the lobby, gets the clues, does the investigate, moves back. I think we just go ahead and kill the emissary right now, and then we can evade the Poltergeist next turn. Okay, so we will take a horror on the meat cleaver. We will commit steadfast. So we are at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see. He has 4 sanity and 7 health. Which gets him to 13. Steadfast is if you have 10 or more. So yeah, that's 3 fight. So we're at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you don't need to tap the Grizzly Totem. But whatever. We're up by 4 on playing the emissary. I should have just done it to begin with instead of evading him. Now I'm going to deal with the Poltergeist, but whatever. I play bad sometimes. Okay, we get the skull, which is -1. Royal Emissary goes into the victory display. We heal a horror. And we go back to the previous act with 3 doom on it. Poltergeist comes back on to Silas. And what did we pull for that token? I don't remember, so I'll go ahead and lose the steadfast because I don't remember what we pulled for it. I hate to lose it, but I have another Steadfast in my hand. Okay. So Min draws a Grizzly Totem. Silas draws a Fine Clothes. He gets a resource. Actually, we're not going to take a resource with Min again. We are at 4 of 6 doom. And Min will draw. Okay. When your turn ends, if you do not perform at least one draw action, discard this card from your hand. Take 1 direct damage, 1 direct horror, which is going to get her to the 3 horror place, but it is what it is. Oh, and Silas did not do this, so he already took a damage and horror. And Silas will get Surge. If you have 1 or more hidden card in your hand, take 1 horror. He does not have a hidden card in his hand. And then he gets a Fanatic's revealed location with the most clues, which is where he's standing. So, that's a clue on him. So this is just fun times for Silas. Mainly because that poltergeist is going to be a problem. Alright. Oh, we were supposed to spawn. He actually put the man in the Paladin mask here. So, I forgot to spawn him. But he's a 4/3/4. Investigate. Your location gets +2 shroud for this investigation. If you succeed, instead of discovering clues, defeat the man in the Paladin mask. So, we're going to defeat him. Min will move in here for her first action. This is a 2 shroud, 2 clue. After you reveal a theory aloud, shuffle the encounter discard pile. Search the encounter deck to the top 2 most hidden cards and secretly add both of those to your hand. Shuffle the encounter deck. Okay, well, that is yuck. That could kill Min pretty easily. There are 2 clues here. And so we're going to shuffle all this together, and then she draws the top 2 hidden cards. Alright, so we're looking for the top 2. I'm just going to look through these until we get... the first one is, if you do not perform at least 1 play action during your turn, discard the card from your hand, take 1 direct damage, 1 direct horror. Okay, so that's that. And then there's another one. It's going to be this one, which is... if you do not perform at least 1 resource action. Okay, so she's got all these hidden cards. She's going to take 3 damage and 3 horror at the end of her turn. Which will get her to 5 damage, 5 horror. That's pretty brutal, but I don't think it makes much sense for us to try and keep up with those. So we're not going to. So our first action was to move in. Her second action will be to tap Labranche to get a resource and then spend that resource to play Winging It out of her discard pile, which reduces the shroud down to 1. And she is at 5v1, 6v1. So she's investigating at 6v1, Winging It. Tentacle. Okay. Yuck. This shuffles back into her deck. Okay, well. Do we try to clear the Man in the Pallid Mask this turn? Kind of makes everything a lot more brutal if we do it, so we don't want to do that. We're just gonna, I guess, just investigate at 6v2. Is 0. So we get a clue. This is just for the victory points. And at the end of a turn, all of these get discarded, and she takes 3 damage and 3 horror. It's all direct. So now, the skulls are worth -3 for her. And yeah, not too fun. Okay, so Silas, we don't care about killing the Fanatic. We don't care about killing the Poltergeist. We do want to evade these guys. So we are at, first thing we'll do is, I guess, evade the Poltergeist. We are at 5v4. We'll commit Fine Clothes and tap the Grizzly Totem to be up by 3. I'm evading the Poltergeist. Oh hey, our horror went away from Peter. Tentacle, okay. Wow. This is just not going well. We will commit a Resourceful to be 2 up on evading this Poltergeist. Actually, before I draw that, does Min have anything she can commit? She will commit her Grizzly Totem. She will tap Analytical Mind to draw a card, which is her winging it. And she will add her icon. So she's giving 2. And yeah, Silas will do his Resourceful and his Quick Thinking. So that gets Silas up to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's at 8v4 on this evasion. -2 gets us to 6v4. We will leave everything committed so that our Quick Thinking goes off. We do get to get a red card back. So I think we'll just grab Grizzly Totem. We can commit it for the agility icon. So we get an extra action. Well, the Poltergeist is evaded. We will evade the Fanatic. We're at 5v3. Okay, that's -1. This Fanatic is evaded. And then we will move to the theater. So that is the end of that turn. Alright. Whew. These guys ready, but we don't need to go back there. So we're fine. And then we'll get an Inquiring Mind, which will be not that useful, given that this location doesn't have any clues. We can only use it here. Oh wait, we don't want to grab a resource. Because we're not playing Winging It out. Okay, and then Silas will get a Stunning Blow, which could be useful, I guess, and a resource. We are at 5 of 6 Doom. Let's see. Does Min have a way? We couldn't do everything in this one turn. She could Man and Pal Mask. Yes, we're going to have to kill the... Oh. We have to draw counters. Okay, if you have one or more hidden cards, take one horror. We do not. And that surges into Swarm of Rats. Okay. And Silas gets Spires of Carcosa, which doesn't matter because it is the Witching Hour, and we're ready for things to advance anyway. So that so we can kill the emissary and get out of here. So Silas is just going to hang out for a turn, I think. Anyway, Min will... looks like she will... Actually, she's just going to swing with her Fire Axe, committing... Do you want to commit Inquiring Mind? Nah. We'll tap to a branch, take a resource, we will spend it on the Fire Axe. So we're at 2, 3, 4, beat 1 on the rats. Fire Axe. No, 5 to beat 1 because it's Dark Horse. Up by 4. -1. So our rats is dead. Okay, she'll investigate to get this clue. She's at 6v2 to get this clue. That is 0. That's clue. Now we will investigate the Man in the Pallid Mask. I should have used Inquiring Mind, but I didn't. So, we can commit Curiosity. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it gives us 2 intellect, 3 intellect because we use her ability, which gets her to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to beat 4. Tap Analytical Mind to draw a card. Grizzly Totem. We're at 9 to beat 4 on this Investigator with a Man in Pallid Mask. -1. So he is defeated. And I know he'll go here. Let me flip over the act and see what it says. So we are going to put... Oh, wow. Okay, so this is new. We put a token and an Elder Thing into the Chaos Bag. So, Elder Thing and a tablet goes into the Chaos Bag. Okay, place 1 horror on the lobby until the end of the scenario. Horror location represents the awful screeching of the stranger. In each location where the horror gains force. After you enter this location or end your turn to this location, test 2 willpower. If you fail, take 1 horror, limit once per round. Keep this card next to the act as a reminder and advance to act 3A. So, keep that as a reminder. And 3A... when the Man in the Pallid Mask is not in play, the lobby gains Resign. At the end of the round, place 1 horror in each location with no horror that is connected to a location with horror. If each undefeated investigator has resigned, advance. Okay. So, what we take, we're putting horror in the, what did it say? In the, 1 horror on the lobby. Okay. Cool. So Silas doesn't really have anything to do. We don't really want to draw cards because of because we don't want to hit our weakness, which would cause some kinds of problems, I suppose. We'll just draw cards. We'll draw a card. Why not? Okay, we get Track Shoes. Know that we're in a, but we'll go ahead and spend 3 resources to put Track Shoes into play. And, we'll just draw another card. And we'll get another lucky. Okay, cool. Alright. Upkeep. Let's see, when does the horror spread at the end of the round? At the end of the round. Yeah, so we draw cards first. So Min gets... Oh wait, that is her hand. Min gets the king in yellow, which will kick out her fire axe. Which means that we can't commit one card to a test. So that's fine. And then, wait. Yeah. Okay. And then she's not taking a resource. And then Silas will draw. Not without a fight. Okay. So he's got good ways to deal with the emissary coming out. Which the emissary does come out. Spires Carcosa goes away. Now we draw a counter card for Min. She's going to get for reflection. Play in your threat area. Whenever you play an event, reveal a random token from the cast bag. If it's a picture token, cancel the event, take one horror, and discard painful reflection. Okay, well, we are not playing events with men. So that is a dead card. Poltergeist on Silas. Oh, gross. Okay. Oh, and we needed to make this stuff spread. So, not a big deal. Alright. I think Min just moves and does the thing. So, Min, let's see, she can't commit 2 cards, but she can commit 3 cards to a test. So, she will move here, and then this is, we test 2 willpower. If you fail, take 1 horror. Okay, it's fine. She's going at 5v2. -1. She's okay. Now, second action, she is going to do the investigate on the man and pallid mask. We've got to beat 6. So she will commit, she can commit 3 cards to a test. So we can commit perception, ghastly revelation, and magnifying glass. She is at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, I guess 11. She doesn't need the agriculture icon. She's going at 11v6. Up by 5. -3. So the man on the pallid mask is gone. Instantly this clears the king in yellow. And Min resigns. So this goes away. So a nice deal. Okay. How much horror do we take? Okay, 1 horror if we fail this test. Because the issue is that we have no way of dealing with this poltergeist really. And killing the royal emissary. So I think we bottom out fire axe for the first shot against the emissary. So we are at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 v4 against the emissary. Zero. It's 2 damage onto the emissary. Alright, we will take a horror and commit steadfast. Or not without a fight. For each enemy engaged with you, it gains a fight icon. So it's going to be worth 3 fight icons. There's a totem, we'll make it 4. Actually, we don't even need to. Because the meat cleaver gives us 1. And then not without a fight gives us 2, 3, 4. So we're up by 4, still the emissary. +1. We can pull not without a fight back, which we did. The royal emissary is defeated. We have 1 action left. And we go back. I actually didn't move the agenda back. But anyway, we're back at 3 doom. And we've got 1 action left, which we will evade the poltergeist. We will commit not without a fight, which is worth 2 agility icons and the grisly totem. So we're at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 before we don't even need to do the grisly totem. We are at 4 up, -2. Poltergeist is evaded. Oh, and we healed our horror when we killed the royal emissary. Taking the horror onto meat cleaver. Okay. End of the round, the poltergeist re-engages us. We draw a card. We get nautical prowess. A little late, but you know, whatever. We'll take it. We're at 4 of 6 due. Draw an encounter card. It is Spirit Torment. Attach to your location. If you leave, lose an action or take a horror. So, we will leave. We take the attack of opportunity from the poltergeist, which gives us 2 horror. We'll put 1 on Peter. And we'll take 1. Oh, you know what we didn't do? What we didn't do, I need to go back. We needed to test willpower for ending at the theater. So, we will commit steadfast to that horror test. We would be at 2, 3, 4, 5, and we hadn't tapped Grizzly Totem, so it would be 6, be 2, so up by 4. Okay, -1, so we would have passed that. Okay, now we take the 2 horror. We have to take. We've already taken all the horror from the attack of opportunity. We have to test the 2 willpower. We don't really care, but we'll commit to nautical prowess because why not? We're at 2, 3, 4. We tap Grizzly Totem. Be up 1 more. Be up by 3. Tablet is -4 if your location has horror. Take 1 horror. Okay, so we do take a horror from that. We don't actually fail the test though because nautical prowess gains extra icons if you draw a negative. So we're actually we actually beat the test. So we don't take another horror, which is fine. It doesn't actually matter because now we are resigning. So we resign from that location, and for victory points we have the. Let's see, what do we have? We have this location, which is worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we got 7 victory points. That's pretty standard for anything above solo in Carcosa. So that was cool. Those are treacheries, or those are hidden cards are pretty brutal, giving you direct damage and direct horror. Survived it okay. So, anyway, that was Curtain Call, Return to Curtain Call, and super fun. Hope you enjoyed watching it, and I'm really enjoying playing Minh and Silas together for the first time. Really like both of those investigators, so I hope to see you in the next scenario 2 of Return to Carcosa. Thanks for watching Winging It.